Hello everybody, happy Friday. How are you all? I hope you've had an amazing week, even though for most of you I only spoke to you yesterday. Let's get cracking with the affirmation and then I will tell you all about my awesome night. So this week's affirmation is last week's was I choose to be kind and love myself unconditionally, which is a really lovely intention. So this week's affirmation is I put my heart into everything I do, which is lovely. I do that as a standard. Why would you have to affirm that to yourself? Not sure. Answers on a postcard. I put my heart into everything I do. Cool. Okie dokie. That's this week's affirmation. Right then. So last night I went and saw Dawn French and she was absolutely hilarious. There were parts where I lost her a little bit, but on the whole, she was really funny. I can't tell you the name of her show because it has a swear in it. But if you want to Google it, you can. It was the Dawn French I'm a Huge Swear. Tall. But yeah, it was brilliant. It was mostly just her talking about moments in her life where she has been a massive swear, and also some like really embarrassing stories, you know, those sort of cringe stories that you wish you could forget about in life. She just shared a lot of them with us. It was very, very funny. We were up in the nosebleeds though at the new theatre in Oxford, and oh my gosh, the vertigo, all of us when we got there we were like like this is awful, but as Dawn came on stage we got used to it and it was fine. But yeah, it was really, really lovely. I'm a bit tired, so sorry if my voice sounds a bit croaky, but yeah, it was lush. It was really, really good fun. Right, so let's get into the business. Oh, quickly before we do that though, if you've not watched my debt update that I filmed the video before this, go and watch it. It's a really good milestone debt update, but also there's a little something else in the video that you might want to know about. So yeah, if you haven't watched yesterday's video yet, go watch that, but then do come back. Right, so spending wise this week, I didn't track any spending again. I know, I'm just really keep forgetting to do it, but I really want to do it, so it's really annoying. So I think I've just got to move my book somewhere where I can see it and then I will probably do it more. But in terms of spending, only the big things come to mind was last Saturday, me and my sister just had a random day out together. She needed to go to B&Q to pick something up. So I was like, nah, I'll tag along. So we went to B&Q and I bought some like smelly things for the house randomly, out of my going out money and a bit out of home. And then we went to Home Bargains and I got Oscar's advent calendar. So I don't know if you remember the drama of the advent calendar last year, but I ended up having to buy a really expensive advent calendar because I'd forgotten to get one in time. And then the only one that was available was like, what, £10.50 or something? I found the exact same advent calendar, the Bueno one, for £4.50 or £5.50 in Home Bargains. So that was a win. So I've got that. This has got to be the first year I've ever had an advent calendar that will be ready on time, because why think about Christmas before December? But then if you haven't got an advent calendar by December the 1st, then you just can't get one. Wow, that was a big ramble about advent calendars. Anyway, after we went to Home Bargains, we then decided to go out for lunch. So we went and had a bit of a booze at lunchtime, which was amazing. So yeah, we just ended up having this really random, not planned, but fantastic day. So yeah, spent some money out of going out then. And then the only other thing was Dawn French last night. Spent a bit of money then, which was awesome, good fun. So that was spending, but not written down. Right, so what do we normally do now? Give me a sec. I had to remember what the order of proceedings are. We're going to have a look at the budget. So this was last week's budget. Oh, we don't have a pointer. Here we go. We will get the dinosaur again, raw. So last week from the 22nd to the 28th of September, quite a few bits of in and out. We brought in £10 from home, £250 from Freedom and £35 from going out. So there was £295 more through the bank last week than we had planned, but all of those things then went out on expenses. So if we look at expenses then, bills, we were £266 more than we had expected. That was the Sky again, so I think the amount's gone up, so I need to have a look at that. Debt, we paid an extra £261 and 7 pence onto the debt. So we actually paid a total of £1,000 onto debt this month. Hyperjar the same, cash the same. We had to buy a Dyson charger for £9.89. So you remember last week or the week before we bought a Dyson battery, thinking that was the problem. It wasn't, so we've now bought a charger. Hopefully that solved the problem. My husband went to the dentist, 25.80, that was completely unbudgeted, but he will get that back through his work, so that's fine, through his insurance. Day out, I spent 35.55 with my sister. And then there was a random £12.05 that we spent in the co-op, and I've got no idea what that was for. Whether I owe it or it was groceries, no idea. So I've just dumped it in as an unbudgeted spend. So overall, our expenses were £2,741.30, which was 347 and 2p more than expected. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, we were £52 over budget. So we ended the week on £1,123 in the bank. So into this week, week 39, from the 29th of September to the 5th of October, starting balance of 1,123. I'm going to bring in £20 from Bear's birthday and £30 from going out. So all in all through the bank will be £1,173. And then for expenses, we've got 240.36 in bills. Hyperjar is 130.31. Cash, we're going to stuff 107 plus an extra 20. I'll tell you all about that. I've got my last gym payment going out. So now that I've started hydrotherapy, I can't afford the gym as well. And to be honest with you, the gym stuff that I was doing is the wrong kind of exercise that I need for my lipedema for my legs. So yeah, so this is my last month at the gym. I'm not sad about it, to be honest, really not. Bear's birthday, I'm going to put 20 quid into Go Henry. We spent 40 quid on fuel yesterday, whilst I was driving to Oxford, so we're not stuffing fuel in Hyperjar this week, but that is pending. And then 29.64 from my spending in Oxford yesterday, which is also pending, and yeah, that's covered by the 30 quid up there. So expenses then are 592.31, and our ending balance in the bank at the end of the week should be, never is, 580.69. So that is the budget. So shall we have a look at Hyperjar? And we've got some stuff to talk about. Right, so here we are in Hyperjar. Before I get stuck into moving money around and stuff like that, I will just point out that we have a new jar, which is back to bank. So why do we have a back to bank jar? Well, if you have Hyperjar, you will have had 2 emails this week from Hyperjar to let you know that they are going to start charging for certain transactions. So at the moment, all movements in and out of Hyperjar and around Hyperjar are completely free. But from let me just get my notes. Right, from the 25th of November this year, they will start charging for things. So I'll put a little picture on screen of what those charges are going to look like from the 25th of October. So this only relates to transactions that are going from the bank into Hyperjar or from Hyperjar into the bank. They don't affect any movements within your pots, within your kids' pots, within your shared pots, or transfer to your contacts. None of that. It's just movements in and out of your bank. They're trying to limit really, really small payments being chucked around. I totally get that. I've literally moved 10p back to the bank before. So yeah, I get it. It makes sense. So in terms of then, the first row across is loads into your Hyperjar account from your bank. The limits will be loads below £10. You get 1 free per month. And loads of £10 or more are free or unlimited. So from the 25th of November, if you're going to move money into Hyperjar, just make sure it is more than £10 and you're good. If it's under £10 and your second, third, fourth, fifth movement under £10 will be charged at 50p each. So you get 1 free transaction of under £10, and then after that is 50p each. So if you're going to move money into Hyperjar, make sure it's more than £10. It's not a difficult thing, I don't think, in my opinion. Transfers out of your Hyperjar account, you get 4 free transfers a month, which is limiting. Every transfer from Hyperjar back to your bank after that will be 50p each. So 4 transfers a month. So, I mean, that's great for a 4-week month, perhaps, for the plan that I'm going to have, which I'll explain in a minute. 5-week month, a bit more tricky. So what I'm planning to do now, because we do often use the debit card for certain things. So we use the debit card for petrol, because the petrol pump that we use is like an unmanned one and it doesn't like the Hyperjar card. I don't know why, something to do with it being prepaid MasterCard or the linking or something, don't know, doesn't like it. So we pay that normally on the debit card and then move it out of petrol back to the debit card. So what we're going to do from now on is we're not going to stuff petrol at all. This jar's going to go, and we're just going to budget that £40 in my budgeting spreadsheet every week. So that's one way that we're going to avoid some transactions back to the bank. The other plan that we have is that we will, anytime we use the debit card for something that should have come out of hyperjar, for whatever reason, we will put it in the back to bank jar, and then we will move that back to the bank. Or I might not, I might just move it back into the wallet, but not move as much money from the bank into hyperjar for my budgeting, if that makes sense. So let's say this week I've got £130 and 31 pence that I need to stuff into hyperjar. If I had £10 in the back to bank, then I would put that over to the wallet, and then I would just move 120 from my bank to the wallet. That makes sense? Hopefully that made sense. And then that way I'm going to avoid those particular transactions and back to bank and all the faffage. Anyway, so it is a bit frustrating that they have decided to charge, but it should be really easy to manage and avoid those 50p charges. But yeah, it does make sense as to why they've done it. There are other banks and things where you can have pots that don't do charges like that. So Starling, Monzo, where else? Chase maybe, and a few others that are coming on the scene as well. But the thing that I really love about hyperjar is that you can link the pots. So with Monzo, if you want to spend from a particular pot, you need to have the premium account, which costs you £5 a month. Otherwise, every time you want to spend something, you have to move it from your pot to your current account and then make the payment. With hyperjar, you can just link it. So I've got O Stuff linked at the moment. It's got the little jobby thing, what's it? So that just means, right, I'm going to go out. I know I'm going to spend money out of O Stuff. I'm going to link the jar, going to go out, going to tap my card, easy peasy. So that's why I love hyperjar, and that is why I'm going to stay with hyperjar, at least for now. We'll see what happens. If I end up racking up loads of fees, then we might not. Anyway, that was a really, really long talk about the changes about hyperjar. I'm not going to mention it in full detail again until we get closer to the time, but each week I will just do a quick reminder that those changes are coming. So let's get into actually moving some money about the place. So we have got, first of all, £1.8 in spare change to move over to family meal. So we've got £5.8 in there now. Sorry, pen in the wrong place. £5.8 in family meal. So the next thing we're going to stuff is £90 into groceries. I'm actually going to delete the petrol pot because we are going to manage that in a different way going forward, like I've just said. So I'm just going to get rid of that now. Cool, so that's deleted. So that's gonna, I don't like how that's laid out now. I might move back to bank. Yeah, one sec. That's better. I like that better. So back to bank's up there now. Then we've got groceries for £90, and then family meal and spare change are now in the same place. And so I'm not going to get confused. Ice cream has £10 in it now. That is that lovely £10 from the lovely Joe Weir. For Oscar for ice cream, I will go and get him one on the weekend. He's been badgering me all week. So we will do that. Christmas we will come back to. Family fun is getting just £5 this week. And then O Stuff is also getting £5. There's now £5 in there. Pharmacy is getting 2, like that. And then takeaway nothing, and vape is getting 5. There we go. So there's £23.31 in the wallet. That is for Christmas. Quick shout about Italy. So my sister is still topping this up whilst I do my savings in cash. So there's 450 and 66 pence in there now, which is cool. So let's move that £23.31 to Christmas. And there we go. So Christmas is now on £566 and 14 pence. Lovely. So that is all of hyperjar stuffed. So I'm just going to grab the tracker for Christmas first of all, get that crossed off, and then we'll start playing with some real cash monies. Let's get this tracker for Christmas. So we are going from £3.30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3.36. And then I think I said last week we've got 4 weeks left now, which is cool. Right, pop this back for a sec. Let's count the cash, and then we will do some stuffage. So we have got this week 20, 40, 60, 80, 95, 100, 105, and another £2, 107, and a bit of change for our floss, which is very, very nice. And we also have an extra £20 for a gig that my husband did a couple of weeks ago. He is a drummer, and he's a very, very good drummer, actually. So he's kept a lot of that money because that's his hard-earned exercise. Honestly, drumming is so hard. Honestly, I don't know where my head is today. I just can't remember how to do a video. What should we do first? Let's put the money into floss first. So I've got £1.45 just to randomly shove in floss from my leftover money this week. So that's that done. Thanks, Flossie. Right, so let's get cracking in here. So going out, first of all, we are taking out £30 because that needs to go back to the bank. 25, 30. Put that to the side, and we are putting in £5. But what I'm actually gonna do is swap those two fives for that 10 and take that back to the bank. And so we're gonna put £5 into going out. Hair is not getting anything this week. Hydrotherapy, not this time round. Splurge, we actually have £2 for splurge this week. Let's grab this out. Doink. Put £2 in. Doink. And tick that off. Oh, we're doing a pink one. Doink. There we go. This is just some random savings, just so I can like at least feel like I'm saving some money on my really super tight personal budget. Right, save 200. This is the cash part of my Italy savings with the lovely tracker from Jen at Luna Lolly. We are putting £10 in today, so I'm going to take the £10 out and put a £20 note in, and then cross off the 10. Perfect. So we've got 25 in there. Lushers. And that is it for this binder. I do think that these £3 are mine for my purse. Yes, they are. I'm going to pop those one side. They will go into my purse later. So that's my stuff all done and dealt with. Next, we are going into our autumn binder. And budgeted spends got all of its money taken out again, and it is getting £10 this week. School is getting just £5 this week. And I might do a bit of jump, yeah. So I'm going to take £15 out and put £20 in. So we've got 20, 40, 55. That is so gross. Look at the state of that. Ugh, I might try and swap that out during the week. 20, 40, 55 in school and 150 in the bank. So 205 in school. Oh, and then on to the fun bit. We are doing the Royal Flush. I do love this. It's so much fun. So we've got £15 to play with for this. Let's see what we get. I'm getting very nervous because these are all like high. Oh, I don't want to look. What is it? Don't tell me I don't want to look. Oh, a 7. Okay, cool. That's good. I like that. So if we put £7 into the Royal Flush, that means we have got £8 left over. Is my maths correct, please? 5, 10, 15. Yes. So £2 going into the Royal Flush coin jar, which I will condense in the week because I'll need the coins. And £5 going into the Royal Flush envelope, which we'll do in a minute. And then this 5 and this 3 we will leave until the end. Oh, that's really cool, actually. Right, 7 to the side, done. Need to tick that off. Don't let me forget to tick that off. So 5 in there. What was it? 7 of diamonds. There we go. Lush. So that's that one done. Help to buy. We actually need to put a placeholder in here because those two £10 that we put in every month has gone in. So we've now got £30 in there. By the way, these double-sided ones are like old ones. The new ones aren't double-sided. So these are the newer versions. So they're double-sided printed, but they've only got the number on one side. And I've also got like fully funded ones as well. I love this. I just love the colour of this. It's so lovely. So yeah, so these ones that I've got in here are just my old tatty ones, but the new ones are slightly smaller and they don't have a number on the other side. Just thought I would mention that. So £30 we have in Help to Buy at the moment. Right then, so into our one at a time funds. Bear's birthday, I'm going to tick off because we are going to take that money back to the bank. That's the wrong pen. So that is Bear's birthday saved and dealt with. And then today we're working on Time for Us, and I think we've got 50 quid. I haven't updated that. There's 60 quid in Time for Us. And we're going to put in 40, so that's going to be 100. May as well do that now. Right, so where are we? Bear's birthday, 20 quid coming out. That's all done. That's going to the bank and then going into Hergo Henry. October holidays is fully funded. Do you know what I'm going to do? Because I've got this hanging around right next to me. I'm just going to pop that in there. Cute. Love it. Right, so Time for Us is the one that we are going to fully stuff today. So we've got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That was the most cack-handed counting I've ever done. So Time for Us is also fully funded. Oh, have I got another one? Hang on. There we go. Let's put that in there. Yay. Oh, I could get used to that. This is good. This is good fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Should that be the other way around? Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Right, so into Dee's birthday then. We have got £10 and this is my second eldest niece. And we're starting to save for her birthday as well. Oh, that was a lot done in the binder this week. Love that. Right then, why have we got so much money? We shouldn't have this much money. Oh, £5 is going into summer holidays. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 25 in there now. So out of this money that I've got to the side to go back to the bank, I'm going to swap the 20. So 25 in there. I can't tick off anything on the tracker because they are £10 each. But that's 25 in there. And then what I'm going to do, which was the one with the really, really minging £5? Yeah, it was school. That is gross. And so I'm going to put a better one in. I'll put that one in instead. That's round the wrong way. There you go. Lushers, that's better. I feel much happier about that. So off to the side of me now, I should still have all the money that I need to take back to the bank, which is £30 from me and £20 from Bear. So 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yep, 50 quid back to the bank. Perfect. Not mucked up there. So we have got £20 from Ben's gig, £5 left over from the this Royal Flush, and £3 left over from the Royal Flush, and then £2 that I had budgeted already. So let's deal with the notes first of all. They are, of course, going into Freedom. So £20 in there and £5 in there. Perfect. And then we get to move on to the coin binder. Yay, cheeky bonus time. Right, so let's get cracking on. My little pineapple's getting a bit mashed. Sad times. Right, so I'm not going to do a reminder every week, but it is only the 3rd or 4th week I've done it. So I'm going to roll a dice, this dice right here, and the number 1, I don't know how to explain it. Hang on. If I roll a 1, I'm going to put £1 in Oscar. If I roll a 2, £2 in Ben, £1 in Ben. Roll a 3, £1 in me. Roll a 4, £1 in debt. Roll a 5, £1 in charity. Roll a 6, £1 in gifts, which I need to take that out. I have spent all of gifts. I got 3 birthday cards, which was really good. Happy about that. So let's get cracking. We have got 5 rolls to do. Yes, it's a 3. It's a 3. That's for me. It's a 3. Finally. Let's go again. Oh, okay. It's my week this week. I'm sorry if that all was really loud. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Well, why am I saying uh-oh? Go on then. So 2. That's for Ben. And that is a 4, which is debt. Oh, lovely. Oh, we've nearly got an extra 5 for debt. That's exciting. Oh, that was too quick. I rushed that, I feel. So anyway, Oscar has 2, Ben has 1. I actually have some now. I have 4. Debt has 4, charity has 5, and gifts is now empty. Mew. Charity, I don't know what to do with this. So I don't have any particular charities that I'm like aligned to necessarily. So I don't know who to give this to, or do I spend it in a charity shop? Do I give it to a homeless guy? What do I do? I'd really like your suggestions of where this should go, if you wouldn't mind. But yeah, so that's it. That is everything stuffed, all the coins, all the cash, all of hyperjar, all done. This week's affirmation, which is, I put my heart into everything I do, which is lush. But yeah, have an amazing week. Do check out my video from yesterday if you haven't seen it already. And I will see you next Friday for a very exciting video. Oh, yep, gonna love it. Right, have an amazing week, everybody. Thank you so much for being here again, and I will speak to you next Friday. Bye.